Hello. Hello.
Yeah,
Hello,
Richard.
Rajendra. Yeah.
Hi. Hello.
Hello. Can you
Hi,
hear
this
me?
is Arun. Yeah, yes, I'm able to hear you.
Okay.
Are you getting my voice clearly? Hello.
Yeah, Rajendra. Yeah. Hello.
Okay. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hi,
Hi.
this is Arun. Are you getting my voice?
Yeah, Arun. I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay. So before going to start my class, tell me about yourself few words. Hello.
Arun, this is Ashley. Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
This
Yes, I'm
is
able to hear
Ashley.
your voice clearly.
Yeah. This is Ashley, and
Oh,
I've been working in IT for last 8-9 years. I'm basically in database side, and want to
okay.
learn .NET. Yeah, that will help because
Oh,
SQL Server, that is very well binded with .NET, right?
okay. So you know only database side, right? I think you have programming language something like C and C++ touch. I think yes.
No, actually that's T-SQL with SQL Server. The programming language is T-SQL only. So I'm working mainly on that.
Okay, no problem. All right, Asle, I would like to start with the question. Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Aruna.
Shall I, let me start with a question.
Okay.
So tell me, what can you do with the programming languages? What is the importance and what are the advantages of programming languages?
I would say you can create applications for
Yeah.
your use, any kind of applications, web-based or you can Windows-based, any kind of applications you can uh, create which can interact with database, and uh, I think that's the main use.
That's it. That is the main intention of programming language. We can develop application that may be Windows based, or you can go with web applications,
Right.
or you can say console application, that is command line applications.
Right.
So that is, you can say instead of Windows based, we can say software applications.
Right. Yeah.
Can we say like that? We can say Windows based applications, or you can say software applications, or you can say desktop applications.
Right. Right.
Okay, so here not only that, with the help of programming languages we can develop mobile applications also. Even mobile applications comes under the part of softwares itself.
Yeah. Right.
So such kind of all the applications, whatever the applications you are going to find in the world with the help of softwares, means those are related to programming languages only.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
I,
So with the help of programming languages we can develop web-based applications and desktop or software applications and command line applications, that is console applications we can develop.
right.
Right, that is the intention of programming language, right? So in the market we have programming language like in the beginning days we were having C, C++ as well as Java also, right?
Yes.
So nowadays still Java is there in the market. With the help of Java also we can develop, can we develop Windows based application with the help of Java?
Yeah, I think we can.
So in Java also we will have applets. With the help of that concept we are going to develop applications, that is Windows based applications. And with the help of JSP and all those things we are going to develop all the web applications as well as Android applications also we can develop. So that is it. So C as well as C++ and Java comes under programming language. Actually in the beginning days of the programming language, means before Java C++ was there, and before C++ you know already C language history. But C++ is object oriented, but the problem is C++ is platform independent. Okay,
Right.
can you hear me, Ashley?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
That C++ is platform dependent. So tell me, what do you know about platform dependency?
Actually, the code is specific to each operating system, So if you're compiling a code in C, so for each operating system you have to compile the code separately. Let's say for Unix, we have to compile the code. The code would be different, and for Windows, if you want to, the compiled code would be different. As against Java, where we call it independent, platform independent,
Yeah.
because it uses Java runtime environment JRE. So
JRE, right.
yeah, so Java we call it independent because the code remains the same, and JRE converts
Okay.
into the machine instructions.
Right. My question is, what is platform actually?
I would say it's an environment provided to develop the applications and to test them. So it is basically an environment.
What kind of environment? What is that environment? So that is finally that is software plus hardware.
Yeah,
When
I
we say
would say
software plus hardware is called a platform. Why?
right,
Because see, generally in your mobile you are going to find some Java games, right?
right, yeah,
So with the Java games you are able to execute in your mobile as well as that will be executed in the system also,
right,
right? So here if you take platform dependency is nothing but software as well as hardware.
hardware.
That is entire is called as platform, right?
Okay.
So here even sometimes if any hardware problem occurs, platform dependency, it checks for hardware also. But if you come to Java, it is not bothering about what kind of memory you are using in your mobile, what kind of memory you are using in the system. That is not bothering about the hardware. And even it will not bother about operating system also, what kind of operating system you are using. Okay, that nature is called as platform independency. But the dependent programs can check both. Suppose you are going to have XP operating system, you have developed a game using C or C++, that will be executed in XP operating system which consists of some hardware. Suppose same program you'll take and you'll go to some other same operating system but different hardware. At the time also that will not invoke. Are you getting my point, Ashley? For example, you have developed a game using C or C++. You have developed a game, but that consists of XP operating system, some hardware like 512 MB RAM, something like it is taken. But same operating system we have in another system, but that hardware is different, like something 1 GB RAM is there, some other processor is there. At the time also that will not work. Why? Because platform means it includes both software as well as hardware.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
So here, so to avoid that concept, actually C++ was the product of Microsoft. But because the C++ was not successful to, this is not successful. Why? Because C++ will not provide security, because C++ can use pointers concept, right? If you know one location, you can have, with the help of that location, you can go for next location and you can hack entire total data you can hack, right? That is the one disadvantage. Second disadvantage, that is platform dependent. Okay, Ashley. Yes?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Then,
Yes,
so at the time Sun Microsystem came into picture, that company, what they have done, they have introduced a concept called Java, where Java is platform independent and Java is not using pointers concept. That is the reason that Java has high security and Java is purely object oriented. That is the reason C++ got down and Java raised. So that was the situation in the market. The Java got platform independence and it is providing high security. Yes, Ashley. Yes, Ken.
I have a question. Like you were saying that if we are developing an application, as far as I was thinking, C and C++ are platform dependent, right? But it just depends on the operating system. That's their dependency. So, but you're saying it depends on the hardware too. So if I'm using two systems with the same operating system, but their configurations are different, it will not work?
It will not work. Why? Because, so see, whenever you compile the program, so first of all, it is going to get .obj file, right?
Right.
Then it is going to create executable file.
Right.
And it is going to create a code called, that is what whatever the code we are going, that file will be created.
Right.
But so how we are achieving this platform dependence or independence means this, whatever the executable file is there,
right,
that executable file is divided into two parts. That is, you are going to have metadata,
yes,
and 86 instruction set will be there. That exe file consists of some metadata
Right.
and that 86 instruction set. So your this metadata consists of operating system supported files, and 86 instruction set is related to your processor.
Okay.
When the configuration differs, at that time it will not take the support of 86 instruction set.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. Okay.
So that is a some slight problem you are going to get.
Okay.
But generally maximum roles played by this operating system, but platform meaning is it is a combination of both software and hardware.
Okay. Okay.
Right? So that is the reason whenever you are taking that program into some other operating system with same operating system with different configuration, your instruction, that processor instruction set will changes.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Okay, but if you come to Java, JRE, after executing that program, your dot class file will be there. That will be executed in the JRE, there which consists of metadata, and it is not going to have that that is operating system supported files. Why? Because JVM is common for every system.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
runtime environment is common for every operating system as well as hardware also.
Okay.
Yes, Asla, are you getting my point?
Yeah, I'm
That is the reason your Java is expecting the property called platform independency, right? So that is, so here Java got platform independency and it has higher secured one. It is purely object oriented. That is the reason this C++ got down and this Microsoft product got down, and Sun Microsystem they raised this one. Once again, that the Microsoft people, they want to introduce a new product into the market. That is the reason they have introduced a product called .NET.
Okay.
Okay, Asli. So your C, C++, and Java and whatever the programming language, these are all these are programming languages. Then what about .NET?
It's a platform. Yeah,
It's
it's a platform, I think.
So
I
actually your .NET.
or
So
I
if you
would
come
say
to
we can
.NET,
call it framework. Yeah.
yeah. So actually your .NET, the abbreviation of .NET stands for Network Enabled Technology. Actually it is a platform actually. So the abbreviation it stands for Network Enabled Technology. It is not a programming language, it is a technology.
Okay.
You can say it is a software platform which you use to develop applications.
Mm.
Okay, there you are able to see my screen, I think, Asle.
Yeah, I am able to see your screen, Arun. Yeah.
Right? Here it is a platform, it is a software platform which you use to develop applications. Application means you can develop all kinds of mobile applications, desktop applications, web applications, console, all the applications you can develop. That is a software platform. Or some people, they are calling it as framework. Right?
Yeah.
It is a framework which you use to develop applications. I gave some statements, right? But
Right.
can you say, or these two things are different?
I would say, yeah, people call it differently. They call it .NET as a framework, and after that they call like ASP.NET as a platform, separate platform, then WCP, or they call different, yeah, they call them as platforms, right?
But let me explain about this clarity. What is the difference between software platform and what is framework, right? So you can call it a software platform, or you can say it is a framework, right? Let me discuss about framework first of all. Platform, it is a software platform means, let me explain what is the first statement. It is a software platform. Whenever you want to develop application with the help of .NET,
Yes.
whenever you want to develop application with the help of .NET means you should install Visual Studio, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that is a software.
Right.
With the help of that software you are developing application. That may be mobile application, that is maybe Windows based application, that is maybe web application, or that may be web service, anything. You need to install Visual Studio.
Right.
Okay, that is the reason people they are calling it as software platform.
Right.
Right. Some other people they are calling it as framework. Actually, what is framework? Let me show practically.
Okay.
Right. If you whenever so framework consists of different components. So that is nothing but it consists of different languages like VB, Visual C++, Visual C#, JScript or J#, like F#. Nearly your .NET supports nearly 61 languages.
Oh, okay.
Right? That all the languages will be there in the framework. Now, second point, it consists of common language specifications. or you can say this common type specification. So if you want to discuss about common language specification or common type specification, so generally in C you have data types, in C++ you have data types, in Java you have data types. Yes, Ashley.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Yes.
even in Oracle also, in SQL Server also, we have databases. Sorry, you're going to have
Yep.
data types,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So in C, data types are different. C++ or C++ are same, but a
Right.
small difference is there. In Java, we are going to have different data types, like primitive, something like primitives, non-primitives. In that one, we are going to have Boolean data type. Can you find Boolean data type in C and C++?
I don't know. I've
No
not
choice.
much. Yeah.
So we don't have Boolean data type in C and C++. In Java, we are going to have Boolean data type. Can you find Boolean data type in SQL Server?
Boolean, no, we have bit. Actually, we do not have Boolean there. No.
Right? So here your data types are different from different languages. Can we conclude this point? Data types are different from different programming languages. Yes?
Right. Yes. Yes.
But here your .NET supports nearly 61 languages. Means it should have different data types for different languages, right?
Yes, correct.
But here in .NET, even if you use VB or even if you use Visual C++, even if you use Visual C#, whatever it may be the language which supported by .NET, it uses same data types, no change at all. It uses same data types for every language. That is the reason they
Okay.
mentioned common language specification.
Okay. Okay.
Right? Now, so actually, Asli, you have joined for only C#.NET, right?
C#.
Hello?
Yeah. Just for C#.
Yeah. So here the
Yes,
thing is you need to
Arun, it is just
understand
for
one
C#.
point. Here in this framework, yeah, that's what. Let me explain that point. So here, whenever you want to work with .NET, you should learn at least one language, either VB
Yeah.
or Visual C++ or C# or any one of the language you should learn. After learning language in C# we can learn, with the help of C#.NET you can learn console applications.
Okay.
With the help of C# we can learn ASP.NET, and with the help of C# we can develop Windows Forms, that is Windows based applications we can develop, right? So here
Right.
it is C#.NET means it is not only a particular part. With the help of C#.NET you can develop all the three applications.
Okay.
That may be console or Windows based, all the things. So in .NET you should learn at least one language. That may be Visual C++ or VB or Visual C#, whatever it is the language, you should learn at least one language.
Okay.
With the help of that language you can develop all applications. It is not a separate part, it is a C#.NET or VB.NET or C++.NET, like that. Are you getting my point?
Okay. Yes.
So if you say C#.NET, this entire applications you can develop with the help of that language only.
Okay. Got
So it is not simply a small part in the .NET.
Okay.
Suppose if you take VB, with the help of VB you can develop all the applications.
Yes.
So that is the reason at least one language you should learn, which is entire .NET.
Okay.
Okay. So you understood what is that is languages and common language specification. Then I
Yes,
need to discuss about A.
Arun,
Yes,
I just have a question. I have heard, I have never worked on JavaScript, but JavaScript, people say that there are no data types in JavaScript. Is that true?
See, actually it is a scripting language,
Yeah.
right? In
Right.
scripting languages also we can take data type. How, without data type, how can you take?
Okay.
So suppose that may scripting means you are going to develop applications.
Right.
That is client scripting will be there.
Okay.
At the time we need to take, right?
Yeah,
JScript means here we have J# language which is similar to Java.
Okay.
Even if you know Java, you can upgrade to .NET easily.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And then we are going to have ASP.NET. So in the framework, ASP.NET is a one part. So ASP.NET stands for Active Server Pages actually. So in the beginning days they named only ASP. Nowadays they are calling it as ASP.NET. So with the help of ASP.NET, what we are going to do means we are going to develop web applications.
Okay.
There they mention web forms and web services. Web forms is nothing but web applications, and you know about web services like Gmail or Facebook. These kind of services you can develop.
Right.
Okay. So actually your ASP.NET is a server-side technology. So we have different technologies like client-side technology you have and server-side technology to develop web applications like PHP you have, and you have JSPs you have,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So here also ASP.NET can that is JSP is also a server-side technology I think, but here ASP.NET is server-side technology. Why? Because if the server-side technology, how it is going to work means whenever you host a website in the internet,
Okay.
that will be executed in the server.
Okay.
But for example, if you take HTML language, so it is a client-side technology. Whenever the website is hosted in the internet, whenever you're trying to access that HTML website, that will be executed in the client's browser.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Right? When it is executed in the client browser, you may have the you may not have the security.
Right.
Is it right? Not only that, and the other problem is sometimes your browser may not support.
Yes. Yeah.
Those are the problems which are raised by client-side technology. That is the reason your ASP.NET is server-side technology, which is secured one. And the thing is, you are not going to face any kind of browser compatibility problems. Why? Because that website will be executed in the server.
Yeah.
Okay. The next we are going to have Windows Forms. So actually it is a specification. It is a specification which you use to develop Windows-based applications, or you can say software application. With the help of that specification, that is Windows Forms, with the help of Windows Forms, you can develop all Windows-based applications, or you can say system softwares you can develop and mobile applications you can develop. So sorry, not mobile application. We have another editor for that one. With the help of Windows Forms, we can develop Windows-based applications, or you can say software application. You can develop all these things with the help of Windows Forms, with the help of that specification.
Okay.
And next, we are going to have actually before that one, we are going to have WCF and WPF, and we are going to have. Do you know did you heard about WPF?
Yeah, I think that's Windows. It's a platform
It is,
for creating
no.
Windows. No?
That is Windows Presentation Foundation, which looks like similar to Windows Forms only. You can create how Windows Forms you are going to develop. With the help of Windows Presentation Foundation also you are going to develop same application. Then the difference between Windows Forms and Windows Presentation Foundation is your Windows Presentation Foundation supports 3D animated images. Not only that, it supports touch technology. Whatever the touch application we are going to get in the market, with the help of .NET, with WPF, you can develop touch technology.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So that is Windows Presentation Foundation, and we are going to have another thing, that is Windows Communication Foundation.
Okay. WCF.
Windows Communication, WCF. So what is WCF means? Suppose you have developed a web service or Windows service, and if you host in the internet, a lot of people they want to use that service.
Okay.
So that service now in the market that is supporting HTTP protocol.
Yes.
If you want to access website, you should use HTTP protocol.
Right.
Otherwise, you cannot access, right? Suppose if you host your web service in the internet.
Yes.
So some people they are using HTTP protocol.
Yes.
Some other people they are using some protocols like MSMQ, that is Microsoft Message Queue protocol.
Okay. Yeah.
And some other protocol for assumption, some other new protocol introduced in the market.
Okay.
Right? So your web service is developed with the help of HTTP protocol. Only HTTP clients can access that web service.
Right. Okay.
Okay. What about this MSMQ protocol service? The people who are using MSMQ protocol. What about new protocol people? Can they communicate with that web service? Is it possible?
I think they need to create some web services.
So that is the reason they will not have communication with that web service or Windows service. At that time, if you use WCF concept, if you use WCF concept, every protocol will have communication with that web service or Windows service.
Okay.
If you don't have WCF, that only HTTP people can communicate.
Okay.
And rest of the people will have to have privileges to access that web service or Windows service.
Okay.
So if you use WCF concept, every protocol will communicate with that application and they can use that application.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what WCS. Then we are going to have a new concept. They have introduced Silverlight.
Okay.
Silverlight is a technology. Generally, if you watch any website, some website they are going to have animated images like moving pictures you are going to find, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So in Java they are using 3D Flash and 2D Flash and something like some other Photoshop, some different softwares they are going to use to create that kind of images, animated images. But
Okay.
in .NET we are going to use Silverlight that can create all kinds of images, animated images, 3D images. You can create with the help of Silverlight.
Okay. Okay.
So that has newly introduced in 2010 onwards.
Okay. So
And
is that integrated with the .NET framework, or that's a separate Silverlight?
integrated one. If you install Visual Studio 2000, you can find Silverlight there in the framework.
Okay. So it is a part of framework only, right?
Yeah, it's a part of framework.
Okay.
And we are going to have ADO.NET. Here ADO.NET stands for Active Data Object. It stands for ADO, Active Data Object. Generally, in the internet, whenever you are enter hall ticket number and whenever you are sending your credentials at the time of registration, your data will be stored in the database.
Right.
That is in the backend. So here, the communication between the front end and backend, the communication between the application as well as the database can be done with the help of ADO.NET.
Okay.
ADO.NET is responsible for providing communication between the database and the application.
Yeah, got it.
So that may be Windows-based application, that may be web-based application, that may be any application. You can use only ADO.NET.
Okay. Okay.
In Java, what we use for?
So it is like a middleware, right?
Yes, it's a middleware.
Okay.
So generally in Java, what they are going to use for database connectivity?
I don't know.
Generally JDBC they are going to use for normal JSP,
Okay.
and they are going to have some concept like strings concept is there. In that one they are going to use Hibernate.
Okay. Yeah.
But we don't find different things. In .NET we are going to find only ADO.NET.
Okay.
And in ADO.NET we can do in two ways. That is connected method is there, disconnected method is there. In two ways we can give connectivity.
Okay.
Directly we'll give communication to the database directly with the help, to the application, or indirectly also will give, that is connected and disconnected method we are going to have.
Okay.
But we are going to use only ADO.NET for database connectivity.
Okay.
Okay. Then we are going to have ADO.NET. We are going to have common language runtime.
Okay.
Here the meaning is the why they named as common language runtime means, so generally in Java we are going to have Java runtime environment, right? But here also they named common language runtime. Why they named that means, suppose some people they are using VB language. So computer knows only machine language, right? So whatever the code we have written in VB, that should be compiled and that should be converted into machine language, right?
Right.
So after developing application with the help of VB, they need to compile the program with the help of VB compiler.
Right.
After compiling, they are going to get a language called MSIL, Microsoft Intermediate Language you are going to get.
Okay.
In Java, we are going to get .class file. Okay.
Right.
Here we are going to get MSIL. Suppose you have taken Visual C++. With the help of that one, you have developed some code and you have compiled with the Visual C++ compiler. Then also you are going to get MSIL only, Microsoft Intermediate Language. Suppose you have written code in Visual C# and you have compiled. Then same code you are going to get that MSIL.
Okay.
That stands for Microsoft Intermediate Language. That MSIL is common, is there for every language.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That is the reason they have created a runtime environment, and they would like to put a name. That is the reason they put name like Common Language Runtime.
Okay.
Common Language Runtime. And this Common Language Runtime consists of JIT compiler. Already that is there in Java also. Here also you are going to find same JIT compiler.
Okay.
And then we are going to have that is garbage collector.
Okay.
And class library we are going to have. All these are available in your Common Language Runtime.
Okay.
Okay. This entire components are called as framework.
Okay.
Okay, but let me show what is framework practically. These are the components what we are seeing. This is your framework, right? But let me show practically what is your framework. Here I have opened Visual Studio. I'm going with a new project.
Okay.
Just observe that template what you are going to get.
Okay.
So here you are getting templates like install templates. Just observe install templates.
Okay.
With that one you are getting Visual Basic.
Right.
Then you are getting Visual C#,
Right.
Visual C++,
Right.
Visual F#.
Right.
So you're able to find 4 languages. Generally in 2008, 3 languages. Visual Studio 2008, you are going to get 3 languages. In 2010, we are getting 4 languages. But I said .NET supports how many languages? 61 languages I said.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But here is providing only 4 languages.
Right.
So at the time of purchasing your product, you have to mention which language you require.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right? So you are observe this one. In Visual Basic, are you able to find Windows Forms application?
Right.
And WPF you are able to find?
Right.
Console you are able to find, ASP.NET you are going to find.
Right.
Means with the help of Visual Basic or Visual Basic you can develop Windows applications, console applications, ASP.NET application, all the applications can you develop or not?
Yes. Yeah.
Here you are able to find your class Silverlight class library also.
Right. Right.
Right? Even same things you are going to find in Visual C# also.
Right. Yes.
So like that, so whenever you install Visual Studio, that all the things will be installed.
Okay.
Can you say the software is different and framework is different? Both are same only, no?
Both are same. Yeah. Both are same.
Some people they are calling it as framework. Whenever you install Visual Studio, automatically that framework will be installed. That is software is nothing but your framework. Framework is nothing but your software.
Right. Yeah.
There is no difference between software platform and framework.
Okay. Okay.
But
So
but
we
people
can say
sometimes they are good.
these are just components of the framework we will call like WPF, ASP.NET Web Applications. These are
Yeah,
different sections,
that's it.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
with the help of that components we are going to develop applications.
Right.
That's what I said.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So now I conclude one point. With the help of only C#.NET, all applications can you develop or not? With the help of that visual diagram you are able to see.
Yes.
With the help of Visual C#, can you develop all applications or not?
Yes, I can develop all.
It is not a. It is C# not is not a separate part which is integrated in framework.
Right. Yeah.
With the help of C#.NET, you can learn the entire thing. That .NET comes entire thing. But you should ask one question: why they gave support for all languages?
I think that was a problem that it is easy for the developers whoever is working, they can instead of knowing any language, they can still work on the same framework. Maybe
That is
right,
the speciality of .NET.
Right. Yeah.
That is language independent.
Language independent.
The problem, the .NET is the feature of .NET is language independent. Already in the market, they have VB,
Right.
COBOL.NET, and COBOL was there, Fortran, Python, different languages are there.
Right.
So Microsoft want to exist in the market. What they have done, they gave support for 61 languages such that every programmer can upgrade to .NET easily.
Right. Yeah.
But if you go to Java, Java is language dependent. Suppose I know Visual C++, I would like to upgrade to Java means I should learn Java. I don't have any other option.
Right.
So Java is language dependent where .NET is language independent. And the .NET will have language interoperability. Language interoperability means suppose you have joined in a company, you are developing application with the help of VB.
Okay.
Otherwise, some programmer is developed application, half of the project he has developed with the help of VB.
Okay.
And another fellow has done, he knows only C#. Now we need to complete the rest of the project.
Right.
So he doesn't know VB, then how can he complete this project?
Right.
But your .NET supports like this, such that we can rest of the part you can write in Visual C# also, such that you can complete entire part, because your .NET has language interoperability. It understands VB as well as it can understand Visual C# also. There is no problem. In a single project we can write VB code and C# code, some other language code also. But we can complete the application. It will not bother about what kind of language you are using.
Right.
So that is a specialty of your .NET, that is language independent, and it supports language interoperability.
Right.
Not only that, actually why we are calling it as Visual Studio. They gave Visual Studio. Why? Because generally if you want to develop application in Java and some other programming language, you should write code and it will not display. After compiling, after executing, you are going to get exact screens and everything.
Right.
But here in this one, so before executing itself, you are going to visually we can see what kind of screen you are going to get, what kind of things you are going to get in the application.
Okay.
Yes, we are going to drag and drop the things in this one, and we need to develop applications.
Okay.
Not only that, with the help of I said softwares you can create. Softwares means if you want to create a software, finally you should create a setup option, right?
Right. Right.
But in Java, they need to create code and they need to go for jar file. After creating jar file, they need to go for some third-party software and they can create setup.
Right.
But here it is in .NET, within fraction of seconds or minutes you can create setup and you can give to the client and they can sell that software also.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That is a specialty. So in .NET, developing applications is easy and deploying is very easy in .NET.
Right.
So this is the introduction of .NET, Asle.
Okay. Yes.
So are you able to understand clearly what I'm giving in concepts, Asle?
Right. Right. Yeah. I'm able to.
So still, do you have any doubts in this one?
Not right now. I don't.
But this is, .NET is very easy to develop all applications. For example, let me show one sample to you.
Okay.
I said this is Visual Studio. Why we are calling it as Visual Studio? Let me go with project and let me select Visual C#.
Okay.
And taking Windows Forms applications.
Okay.
So this is the form what we are getting.
Okay.
So here, this thing you can get with the help of Java, but they have to write code.
Okay.
After writing code, they need to compile. Then only are going to get this design.
Right.
But here we are able to see. But
Right.
for getting this form, they are going to write code. What about this one? Will you get code? Means definitely we are going to get code. If you double click on this one, you are going to get code, background code.
Okay.
There is it is reverse. First they have to write, they have to execute.
Right.
Are you
Yeah.
getting entire code?
Yes. Yeah.
This is the code for the form.
Okay. Yeah.
Here this is design, this is code.
Code. Yes.
Suppose you would like to take some button.
Right.
So here we are going to have tools directly, toolbox we are going to have. For to create button also they need to use some code.
Right. Yeah.
Just simply we are
They
dragging
have
it
to
down.
write the code.
Just double click on that, you are going to get button code.
All right. Yes.
For example, let me take some example and suppose I would like to write some statement on the screen. I am going to select option label.
Okay.
Just press F4, you are going to have properties. Sorry, name. And let me take to write some statement input box, that is text box. F4. In the button we can write code message box.show. So you are going to get IntelliLens also. Generally,
Okay.
you are getting all the text right the right side when I'm typing.
Yes.
That is IntelliLens. No need to remember all these things. Just simply if you type automatically the code you are going to get.
Okay. Yeah.
It's very easy to learn .NET and I can implement also. And let me execute. You are going to have debugging. Generally, you need to compile the program and you need to execute. But here we are going to have debugging process which can compile and which can execute.
Okay.
That process is called as debug.
Debug.
Let me execute this one.
Okay.
That will be displayed like a window.
Okay.
May I know your spelling, Ashley?
ASHLEY.
Now, just I am going to click on OK option. It is going to display.
Oh,
I
okay.
asked.
Okay.
Like that, you can create, and you would like to create like a software. For
Right.
example, I'm going to show within few seconds. You can create a software.
Right.
So let me
when
create
we
a folder here. Yes, Ashley.
Arun, now we compiled this code. So what kind of file we are going to get after compilation?
Directly that executable file will be created.
Okay. Okay. So when
And-
we were talking about MSIL file, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
at what stage that is created?
See, the thing is, theoretically we can say that is compile and executed. Right?
Okay.
Generally, in Java, what we are going to do means we are going to command line interface.
Right.
In that one, we need to say Java compile.
Right.
Right? You have to write the class, and then next you need to write file name and you have to execute.
Right.
In the similar way, also we are going to have command line interface in .NET also.
Okay.
At the time, you can see specifically.
Okay.
But this is Visual Studio means we are going graphical user interface.
Okay.
Everything will be created automatically.
Right.
That files and everything I am going to show during the program execution.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Now let me create like a software. Just select this application, right click here.
Okay.
That is, you are going to have an option called publish.
Okay.
And you browse the location where I have created a folder.
Right.
Just new folder I have created.
Okay.
Just click on next. And you would like to install from CD or DVD-ROM or from a website, it is going to ask. Simply select from CD or DVD-ROM.
Okay.
Click on next option. The application will check for updates from the following location. If you have updates, just provide that part. If you don't have updates, just go with the application will not check for the updates.
Okay.
Click next and finish.
Okay. Okay.
It has created software.
Okay.
I'm closing my program.
Okay.
So this is the folder what I have created. Did you get set up here?
Yeah, we got it. Right.
Just double click on this one. It is going to ask, do you would like to install or not?
Okay.
It is asking, do you install or not?
Oh, okay.
Yes, install. It has installed.
Okay.
Write something like, you write something DD. If you
Right.
click on OK, automatically hi DD. Let me close this one. And you can go with application. You are going to, this shortcut has been created on the programs menu.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
Like this. So within fraction of minutes, you can develop all the things in .NET. You can develop application, you can deploy easily.
Right. Yeah. That
But
was.
I don't know if you learn Java at least 1 year.
Yeah, 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 that will take so much of time to. Yeah, that's really easy. I know. I mean, it's very fast also for development.
Very fast, and Microsoft means user friendly. That's it.
Yeah, user friendly. Yeah.
Oh.
You cannot beat Microsoft.
That's what the specialty of .NET. And we have some more new things, and we can create websites and we can host, and we are going to say how to host in the internet also.
Okay.
But remove one point from your mind. .NET in C# .NET is not simple part in the framework.
Right.
C# can lead all the things. You can create all applications. Some people, they are going to say C# .NET and VB.NET. Yes, that is language. With the help of that language, you have to develop all the applications.
Right.
It is not a single part. It is not. It is. Some people, they are going to say it is only console application. It is not console. It supports both graphical user interface. With the help of C# .NET, you can create Windows-based WPF, ASP.NET application. All applications you can develop.
Right. So if you know out of
Simply,
these 5 or 6 language, only one language, you will be able to develop all kind of applications, right?
see, we are going to have third-party softwares.
Right.
Suppose I have written code in C#.
Right.
We are going to have a converter. Just copy the code and place it on the converter. Just click on converter. That will be converted into VB. Whatever language you require, that will be converted in that language.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It is not that much hard.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So this is what today's session actually. And you talk to him, Mr. Subhash. Okay.
Okay. So,
So-
normally you, I mean, the classes are held every day.
So every day, so that is depends on you. Generally, I used to take 2 hours to complete the sessions early.
Okay.
If it is in 1 hour, it will take nearly 2 months.
Okay. And if you're taking 2 hours a day, how much time do you take? How many classes actually?
Definitely, 2 hours. Definitely, we are going to take.
Okay.
2 means that is nearly about. I mean, you talk duration. See, generally, if I take 2 hours means nearly 45 days a day.
Okay. Okay.
If I
And,
take only 1 hour means it will take nearly 60 days like that. 60 more than 60
Okay.
also.
But the class is held every day, Arun?
Yes, they every day, except Sunday.
Except Sunday. Okay. And you do it in the morning, I mean, India time morning, or in the evening also? How do you take? What are your timings normally?
Generally, I used to take in the evening, night timings according to Indian timings.
Okay. Okay.
But I don't know about your requirement.
I am
This was
working. Yeah, I am working, so I won't be available in the morning. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be available just in the morning. I mean, India evening time.
Okay.
I mean, your morning time. Yeah, India's morning time. Yeah.
India's morning time, and that is night for you, right?
Yeah, that's night for me. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah, I'll take the class, no problem.
Okay. So.
Okay, tell me.
Yeah, I'm good. Arun, thank you so much for the demonstration, for your time, and rest. Yeah, I'll confirm. I mean, for me, daily, I don't know whether it will work for me or not, because as you know, I'm on the database side. So for me, it could be night late working, or it could be morning early working, as you know, right?
Okay.
So yeah, let me decide on that, and I think I will get back to Rajendra on that. So
Okay.
and
Means
but
okay, come on, let me speak.
yeah, and thanks for your time. Yeah, I surely wanted to have the demo session and just wanted to know. Yeah.
So you got one point with the help of .NET how we are going to work, and
Right.
I don't know what kind of problem you have. Means is it not possible to spare 2 hours time?
Daily, I might have a problem because.
No. Okay.
Because you know, sometimes, especially because on the database side, it could be late working, it could be builds, it could be some problems on the database which we have to look into it at the same time. Like this is
Okay.
a weekend, but I'm on support for these 2 days. So for me, the preferable would be if it is on weekends. So that is more preferable. But
Definitely. So what we do, Ashley, according to your requirement, we'll fulfill your whatever the requirements you have. It is not mandatory to have like this. But anyway, according to your requirement, we'll fulfill. No doubt at all in that one.
Okay.
Are you
And
getting my point? So we'll be available in the weekends also.
okay. And Arun, after the project, no, after this is done, do you give any kind of interview questions, or are you going to provide some project so that I could work on it, practice it, or
Definitely. During the sessions itself, we are going to develop projects.
okay,
We are going to develop a software project, and right now we have seen one project, simple project, right?
yeah, right, yeah,
And we are going to develop web application.
right,
There is a project there. We are going to have database connectivity front end and back end,
okay,
like registrations and
okay,
retrieving the details. That is a project.
okay.
No doubt on that. We will be having projects and we will be having interview questions.
Okay.
No doubt.
And do you provide on support? Let's say I join somewhere because I'll be new. So if I come across some difficult situation, will you be able to help at that time? Will you be providing that support?
Definitely. No doubt. We'll provide support. No problem. Maximum
Okay.
support because we used to work on the projects also.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So anyway, you confirm with Rajendra and we'll deal, right? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ashley.
Sure. Okay. Thank
Anyway,
you so much for your time, Arun.
oh, thank you so much. Bye, Ashley. See you.
Okay then. Bye, Arun. Have a good.
Bye.
The organizer